Or slash him throwing HOH to Nicole. Actually stupid for taking out Venus over her. Yes and no. I understand why they did. Because I think, one, they look at Venus as a bigger physical threat. I also think Venus is someone that is, like, so openly a goat that, like, you want to get rid of those sort of people. As, again, if there's so many very clear goats, then, like, it's just, they're just going to take up the spot at the end over you. But, yeah, I think the move probably was take out Kenzie. Secret Scene was such a good one, and just complete nail and coffin for we're talking about the scene with like Liz and Q at the water well after the reward. It's amazing that Liz is less than a goat than Liz. Venus is less than. Wait, are we saying that Liz is less than a goat? Okay, yeah, there we go. Liz is less of a goat than Venus. Yeah, that's probably the case, right? I mean, to be fair, I think Liz definitely is playing a better game than Venus. I don't even think it's close. Like, I mean, like, I think when we're looking at like the games they've played, like Liz is like by far better than Venus. Like, Venus has done nothing good in this game. Like, there's not even, like, a single, like, thing to, like, properly credit her for. Again, like, with Liz, it's like, again, as much as, like, again, is the Tevin move really in her best interest? She did lead the charge on the Tevin vote. Like, the Tevin vote does not happen if not for Liz. Now it's my turn. But also, like, I think with the Tevin vote is that, like, it only happens because of her own, like, read of her jury prospects. Of her, like, feeling like she needs to do something or else she's going to be this big goat at the end. Liz left out of Hunter wasn't good, but then Venus is left out of Tiffany. It's like, it's kind of like a mute point for both of them. And also, it's like, but the thing is, actually, now you think about it, this is even, because, like, at least Liz was actually close to Hunter. Like, Venus had no connection to Tiffany. That's even more of a, like, that's even worse for Venus. That they just left her out for, like, no reason. Or at least there was a reason for, like, Liz being left out. Yeah, Liz is better position pre-merge. But yeah, 100%. That does show you how... Yeah, the fact that, like, Liz just constantly brags about how much money she has, and she has more winner potential than Venus. That sounds terrible. MasterChef season. Do I wait for next turn?
Gotta get ready. I'm perfectly ready. Now it's my turn.
Alright. Does Sheehan win All-Stars against Rob if she wins all the immunities? Let's see. Probably, yeah. And obviously still depending on, like, how the end game plays out. Well, to be fair, in that situation, would Rob betray Big Tom? I guess he probably would still, right?
Right, let's go. Plug them out. Time to raise the curtain.
Do I think Q is still go? I think he's unlikely to win. I will say that is something that came out though during the Venus exit press of why Q is still being targeted, is because I guess, like, there is, like, I guess there's, like, a lot of talk about, like, on the island about how, like, they're worried that Q would be a jury threat at the end. Where it seems like that's like kind of the reason why Q is still being looked at as a threat in the game, is because there's talk about how, like, even though they don't respect him wanting to quit, that he still did like play a major factor in how the game played out. Historical. What'd you miss? I mean, just a lot of random talk about Survivor 46 and actually, what else have we talked about? I don't even remember. Final 3 is Sheehan, Amber, Rob. She probably votes at Amber. Yeah. To be fair, though, is that the final 3? Because if Sheehan... Okay, let's see. If Sheehan wins immunities... Sheehan wins immunity at final 6. Yeah, they probably vote out, like, Rupert, right? But then, I don't think Sheehan would be... I don't know. Actually, that kind of would have been an interesting vote. Maybe they put up Big Tom? Wait, who got the other... Who got the... Well, I guess that's irrelevant because it was a unanimous Sheehan vote, wasn't it? And Sheehan voted Amber. Okay, yeah. Yeah, how does that play out, actually? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Sheehan would side with Rupert, right? Like, Sheehan and Rupert were, like, super close. So, like, I feel like she would want to work with Rupert. And again, she hated Jenna. But I think she would at least want to work with Rupert. But at that point, like, I don't think Jenna is voting Rupert out. So, like, that's already 3. So, like, I think they kind of have to vote out Big Tom. Because I don't think Jenna or Rupert were ever voting out Rob or Amber. So, yeah, I think Big Tom goes home. She wins final 5 immunity. Yeah, like, at that point, like, she's probably... Actually, I think Rupert might get voted out. I think Sheehan and Rupert would be working together. Again, I don't think Sheehan and Jenna would be working together. I think at that point, it would be just like the final 4 situation. See, I think Rupert probably goes home with Jenna voting him out. Final 4... it probably still would be Jenna. Yeah, they probably just vote out Jenna. Yeah, so I guess it would be still final 3 of Amber and Rob. I don't know who she votes out, though. Because, like, I guess she thought that Amber was, like, the true mastermind and everything. But, like, that's not how, like, people, like, most people perceived it, though. So, like, I don't know if that's, like... Or, like, I don't know if she would be taking Amber to the end. Or she would be the opposite. I don't think she'll be, like, voting out Amber, at the end over Boss Rob, where, like, Boss Rob was looked at as the bigger, like, threat in the game, at least. I saw that was a video, too. I didn't watch all of it, but I did see that someone made that, which, yeah, good for them. Yeah, a video about why Asian women are voted out early. Shan beats Amber, getting... I think Alicia would be up in the air. I think the others are... Yeah, probably. Like, Kathy definitely votes Sheehan. Lex definitely votes Sheehan. Tom is very likely Sheehan. Pretty much locks Sheehan. I think Alicia's up in the air. Where I think if Alicia does vote Sheehan, because the thing is, like, Alicia didn't like Sheehan either. But also had, like, a pre-game relationship with Amber, and we're on the same original season, so, like, that's at least, like, some connection there. Where obviously she is, like, very anti-Rob. So, like, does that carry over to Amber? Probably, but I don't think it's, like, a for sure thing. Oh, actually, yeah, that's pretty fair. I think Rupert could definitely vote Sheehan over Amber. No one gets a confessional to have a story except David, Brooke, Matt, Harry, Nick. Yeah, that's probably fair. But also, that's pretty much like every AU season at this point. It's on Johnny Flair Plays podcast that Jenna Lewis still hates Sheehan. That's funny. I didn't know that.
Shall we do this?
Yeah, that's funny. That's the case.
Our unbreakable resolve. Show them our strength.
But yeah, like again, they just hate each other on the island.
All right.
Yeah, Purple Flick is a shame. So can I not get through there at all? Oh, I forgot about that guy up there. God damn it.
Cut them down. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, Rupert never had a deal that he had with Rob to vote for her, so yeah, I think it's pretty fair to think that he wouldn't vote for Amber just for the sake of loyalty or whatever. So yeah, I think again, I think he definitely likes Cheyenne more than Amber, so I think there's definitely a shot he votes Cheyenne. I think against like a lot of other people though, he probably does vote Amber though.
I'm perfectly ready.
With this.
Do I think Ave Maria would be edited, or how do I think Ave Maria would be edited? Probably like Venus.
Nothing but a stain upon my
I like probably still giving a lot of like Dodo content. Still getting some like humanization for sure, but like,
Better get ready.
but yeah, like still not a spotless edit. What does this thing do? So that's kind of.
Of course.
Wipe them out.
Can I really only get one enemy in all this? That's kind of dumb.
Tremble before us.
I think we finally do what if Australians for Heroes Jones was actually Heroes Jones. I mean, that would be something.
Now it's my turn.
Like, I know there's more buttons, but like, what do all these do then? Okay, so this one's swapping those
Better get ready.
for whatever reason.
All right, let's do this. Now
Oh
it's
wait,
my
does this have anything to do with the front gate? Oh, that opens up the front gate. Okay, I get it.
That's perfect. You'll be safe
Fuck.
there.
Okay, that guy's in the way.
Nice position. You'll be well hidden.
Okay, that doesn't do anything.
turn. Better get ready.
I guess I'll end turn. Made a secret 6 of AC2, really? You made that far? I guess too far. AC2 is not like the longest game in the world. But, yeah, you're already almost like halfway. Once they're realizing Flick was purple, I was so, she was so great in 2016, yeah? Yeah, it's still like very strange to me that Flick got purpled. Because like she was also like such a, like a heavy focus in the preseason press and everything. To where, like it was just like so bizarre that like of all people that Flick got purpled.
Come, my other self.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, it's pretty short. It's like, yeah, at most like 15 hours. Depends on how much side content you do, but like the side content in AC2 isn't the greatest outside of the glyphs, and even then, I don't know if they're 100. Like, I mean, really, they have no relevance to anything anymore. It's where it's like they were cool at the time,
I won't hold back.
but yeah, they don't mean anything.
Stay strong.
Seeing that Richard has some Wetch Blurs. Yeah, that's gonna be insane. House of Villain Season 2. I am Rupert, 3-time star contestant and Libertarian candidate for governor of Indiana. Oh, thank God. But yeah. Yeah, also, I saw the post earlier. Yeah, Rupert for 50, why not? I did see Rupert posted a video of like his opinions on 46. Like, that's funny to me. That Rupert's still talking about Survivor 46. That doesn't do much.
Prepare yourself.
That doesn't do that much damage. That is also not the greatest. Yeah, oh yeah, and also Jesse too, yeah. When Jeff Post remembers Morgan from Guatemala? No, absolutely not. And if he doesn't remember Dan Lembo, what makes you think he remembers Morgan McDevitt?
Our unbreakable resolve. Show them our strength.
Wait, can I...
Witness our power.
No, not that.
Persona.
Shit, I can't get both? I can't go through there.
My turn. Persona!
Alright, that's not worth it.
All right, let's go. What to do here? Now's the time.
I don't think that's worth it, is it? That might be.
Take that.
Just look up the glyph video. The only collectibles I'm worried about are vantage points. Yeah. That's probably... Well, Codex... you might have to care about the Codex. Doubt Jeffrey remembers Rafe. I think he might, but not necessarily entirely from Survivor. But I think, again, I think he's aware of the fact that Rafe is like a writer in Hollywood nowadays. I think that's something he would be aware about.
All right, let's do this.
Of course, I can't do that. Okay.
It's showtime.
Remember Erica's from Fiji? 100% now. Usher first speech. It's so funny how he trashed Tim Russell's game. Yeah. Willing to see Brand for 45 on RC seemed like he had potential, but so bad physically. I don't know. I mean, like, I think the thing about Brandon is that I think he's obviously a massive fan. He knows the game very well. I just don't think he's that meant for Survivor. It is like, I think he's like, even like outside of the physicality of it all, I think he's also just such a genuinely nice person that I don't know if he has like, I don't know if he has it in him to play this like cutthroat game.
What to do here? So it's my turn.
We fight together.
This shit's easy at this point.
Good work.
Parkour is fine, but I accidentally jumped off many times. Chase people is a pain.
I'll cut them down.
I mean, yeah, the accidentally jumping off thing, like, that's always been a complaint of Assassin's Creed. Which, I think has gotten worse now. Where, like, I think the thing about, like, old AC is that, like, you do have a lot of control over things. So while there are, like, points where, like, the game won't react the way that you want it to, I think for the most part it is, like, yeah, I think it performs pretty well, especially in comparison to the modern games, which are very automated. And through there's, like, I mean, yeah, I'm going to play Unity on stream somewhat soon, and you'll see how much of a fucking disaster that game is when I play it. Rain Bailey knows Brand Donlin. Yeah, that was the thing, right? From like 45 preseason. Let's just remember Krista. 100% now. And the question is, how many people from Redemption Island does he remember? Actually, I think he actually does remember a decent amount. I do wonder, can he name Grant? I think he can remember Grant, but I don't know if he can name Grant. Like, I think he'll remember, oh, the NFL player that was Boston Rob's ally, but I don't know if he'll remember his name. Oh, 100% Jeff remembers Bryce. Yeah, they were literally at the New York event together for 45. Yeah, Jeff remembers Randy. I don't think fondly, but I think he remembers him. Most obscure Survivor player Jeff might remember. I mean, Jessica DeBen.
Honestly feels the awakening.
I don't know. Gina Cruz.
Well then.
It's probably more obscure than Gina Cruz, I guess.
Which persona?
I mean, Jessica the
will you
Ben's like
choose?
actually the definitive answer, though. Like, I think that's like by far the actual answer. Is that worth it? Deals heavy damage in small area. Okay, that's better. And that's better.
Is this
Do
for
that
one
one.
moment, please?
So Kim is up there. Probably, yeah. So Kim, yeah. Any chance he remembers Jared from Tokyo? No. Dawson? Yeah, he definitely remembers Dawson. Obviously not fondly, but yeah, he would remember Dawson. Remember Papa Bear? Probably not, right? I doubt it. Candace from Tokyo? Very unlikely. Actually, I don't know. Candace from Tokyo is like an actress and everything, right? I don't think it's out of the realm possibility. Like he, like, I don't know, ran into her at some event or something and like remembers her because of that.
Are you finished? What would you like to do?
But like remembers her
Which persona
Survivor
would
run?
you
Absolutely
like
not.
to do? Well then.
When they Sarah Wade, maybe, yeah. Oh, you know, I did not mean to fuck push back one too many times. He remembers Dawson's kiss, but not Jan's. Yeah, I don't think he remembers Jan, right? Actually, he might remember that there was like an old... I think the way he would remember Jan is that he would remember that there was like an old like elementary school teacher on Thailand. I think that's the thing he'll remember. I don't think he'll remember her name.
Which persona will you choose?
Is that good? Not really, right? Is that worth it? Yeah, I'll make that.
One moment, please.
Who do I think is the most notable Survivor contestant he's forgotten about? I'm probably no one like super notable. My goal is to play the SEO collection before taking a break of AC. Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. It's just play the SEO trilogy. Like maybe go on and play AC3 just because like that's the end of like the Desmond saga. But yeah, still like SEO trilogy I think is for sure like probably the way to like at the end of the like consistently good games at least. Brad and no, I think he remembered. Like I think anyone new era, I think he still remembers.
What would you like to do? What would you like to do? Which persona will you choose?
Like I'll be surprised if like he doesn't remember anyone new era. I think it's too recent.
Like to do?
I think like the furthest I think he remembers everybody probably since Cambodia, I will say. Maybe Ko Wrong. There could be people in Ko Wrong. Maybe he doesn't remember anymore. But I Millennials Gen X, I would say definitely. I think at that point he remembers people. There's no way he forgot about Jay. Actually, for Ghost Island, maybe. Yeah, like, does he remember, like, I don't know. Like, does he remember, like, Desiree? Does he remember Morgan Ricky? I'm not sure, actually. I think he did like Morgan at the time, actually. I think he remembers Libby. I think, like, Jenna might be more forgettable for him at this point than Libby. I think he'll remember Desi.
Which persona will you choose? What would you like to do?
But that might be another one where, like, not because of, like, Survivor, but because, like, her name's, like, out there from, like, other things.
Do you wish to perform a fusion?
I refuse to believe that he remembers the first boot from Katrina Radke. I think there's definitely a shot. I mean, I think it might be, yeah, there might be a chance of like he doesn't remember her name, but like I think he'll remember that. Oh, she's the Olympian that got voted out first, and like I think he'll remember that at least. Rourke, I can see him remembering Rourke. He's like Rourke was this like big,
What would you like to
like
do?
super fan that I think applied for a while, right?
It's nice to travel by train once in a while, isn't it?
I don't care about watching Celebrity MasterChef.
It's nice to travel by train once in a while,
I
isn't it?
was drafting my dream BB Can All-Star cast, and I feel like I would piss off so many people with it. I mean, who made the cut?
Honestly, feels hot. The awakening of a new power.
That was like
Which persona
questionable.
will you choose?
I forgot. I'm an idiot. Did I equip?
What would you like?
Okay, I
What
did.
would you like to do? You wish to perform a fusion. Which persona will you choose?
That's not worth it, right? Is that worth it? Greatly increases damage when HP is above 80%.
Is this
I think that could be
please
worth
wait
it.
just a moment.
Next show, bin watch. I'm not sure actually. Like, so the point that I'm at right now is that like, I'm almost caught up with Laced Up Lauren's streams. I believe she's only like I believe she just watched the Connor boot. Like she's got the merge of AE 2016. Like I've watched up to the Craig boot, so I'm almost caught up on that. So yeah, again, and now that like Will Neff's not watching Australian Survivor and he's watching fucking Alone instead, I won't have that to watch. So yeah, I'm not sure. I might watch the challenge spin-offs. Because that was something I was considering. Is rewatching all the challenge spin-offs. There's also like again some of the shows that I already missed from this year that I can go back and watch as well.
Please.
Anthony's abysmal in jury management. His jury management is like Paul. I disagree. I really disagree. That his jury management is like Paul.
Honestly feels hot.
Again, do I think his jury management was good, particularly with Victoria? No, but it's not Paul level. Like I think it's an insult to even like consider it Paul level. But again, just because he couldn't win the game doesn't mean that he actively mismanaged the jury. Again, the results does not equal like the way that he got there or the reason for it happening. Where like I think his entire jury management relies on Victoria being Victoria. And I think Victoria was always going to be bitter at him no matter what he did.
It's nice to travel by train
Now again,
once
does
in
he
a while,
handle it
isn't
well? No, I don't think he does. But I think I think no matter what he does, if he is somewhat responsible for Victoria going out, I think she's always going to be extremely bitter at him. I think the only way around it, and I think did I talk about this in the review? I definitely talked about the player ranking. I think the way that he could have potentially gotten out of it by that position is throwing the HOH at 5. Throwing the HOH at 5, banking on him being able to convince Bailey to take the shot at Victoria. I think that's really his only shot at not burning Victoria's jury vote, and through that burning like really Avery plus Kayla plus also Tola in that instance. But yeah, I just don't think it like was gonna. And also like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because like he took Bailey and he would have lost to Bailey anyway. And that's the thing that's like tough with Anthony and like the jury management of it all is that like his jury management didn't matter because like he was against Bailey, who he was like never winning against anyway. Like I don't think there's ever a point in this season where he was beating Bailey if they got to the end together. So like it doesn't really matter realistically. Like this is more so like an argument if like he got to the end against Alexis or if he got to the end against Todd. Where again it seems like he would have lost if that was the case.
nice to travel by train.
But I think in
once a
those
while.
cases we can argue more of like, okay, jury management, whatever. But like in the case against Bailey, it's like, well, like he already
It's
lost
nice to
by
travel
taking
by
Bailey.
train
Like that's
once in a
really
while,
the
isn't
losing
it?
move already. But again, they were
It's
low on
nice to
Anthony,
travel
but
by
not
train once in a while,
like
isn't
again, it's
it?
not because he like actively mismanaged the jury though. And again, I think this is something that like yeah, it's like it's tough to talk about, but I do think there is a lot of pro women sentiment on this season. Like I do think there is a lot of like the women wanting to vote for another woman to win.
Space.
To where I think that is very much factoring into jury perception and how much people want other people to win. Again, when we look at the women that get voted out of the game, literally all of their lists of people who they want to win are all the women first. I think when it comes to Kayla, when it comes to Avery, when it comes to Victoria, I think they're all like already very likely to vote for any woman that got to the end over Anthony.
With the awakening of a new
To where...
Make your decision.
Oh wait, do I have one more? Actually, I don't think I
Are you
care enough to even
finished?
do this.
Would you like to create a weapon?
I don't think, again, when we're looking at like what Anthony did, like the things he actively did when it comes to jury management, I don't think he does that much wrong. Think about, again, but Tola, the thing, like Anthony voting out Tola, like Tola still says he's going to vote for Anthony on his way out. Like the reason why Tola is so bitter against Anthony is because of Victoria. Because of what Victoria and Avery are telling Tola in the jury house. Which again comes from Anthony burning Victoria on her way out. Like I think his entire jury management is all based around how he treats Victoria in particular. Where again, I think it's a situation where Victoria's gonna be bitter no matter what anyway. Colby Dawson hosted a season of Alone. That's really random. It's not a guarantee he loses against Todd, but I think he does. That's not why Victoria voted for Ty. Victoria voted for Ty because one, the jury had already agreed on whoever wins final HOH will get our vote. Second, Kiefer literally tells her to vote for Ty. That's the main reason. And I think I talk about that too. I don't remember if it's in the review or if it's in the player ranking. I talk about it in one of them. That I think the thing about Victoria is that in this position, she is the main juror that has the most influence. Where it comes to BBK 9, again, she isn't as bitter in BBK 9 because she isn't the juror that has the most influence there. It's Kiefer. Kiefer is the person that people respect and that they want to, like, look at how, again, they looked at Kiefer as the person that, like, this is the person that we should be viewing the game through. That whoever Kiefer is rooting for, this is the person that I want to win. Where, like, in this situation, Victoria is that person. Like, Victoria is the person that is going to convince the other people of how to vote. So like when she doesn't have this Kiefer that is there that's trying to like guide her into voting in a more strategic way, she's just not going to vote strategically. Which, like, again, at the end of the day, it's like she doesn't have to vote strategically. Like nothing's forcing her to vote strategically.
Select a persona. Please read.
So again, like at the end of the day, it's still like I still think like Victoria, even though again I don't like how she acted. I do think she was a very bitter juror. Again, not necessarily in the Bailey Anthony situation, but again, I think she would have been a very bitter juror outside that. Like I don't like, again, it's still like part of the game. Like she's able to feel that way, and like she's like, again, it's fine for her to do that within the game. Even though, again, I still think it's extremely hypocritical. I think Jeff would remember Bobby John. Though I will say, like, I think of any two-time, like, if we were saying that he forget, like, who's the two-time player that he doesn't remember? I feel like Bobby John's definitely a top candidate there. I believe Anthony having 0% chance of winning on Victoria. Yes, like 1,000,000,000%. Like, not even a question to me. And again, yeah, that's also the thing. It's like, yeah, it's very fair for the, like, I understand why they feel that way, right? Like the again, going back to the women wanting another woman to win. Like, I 100% understand that. Like, it makes a lot of sense. But I do think it is still a major, like, aspect of the jury. To where, again, I think, like, again, like, it's a fair thing for them to do, but it's also, like, when we're talking about, like, how to critique Anthony's game and, like, what he did wrong, I think it's also something that, like, again, I think that's just a thing that he couldn't avoid. Like, unless, like, he's, like, literally gonna start the game, like, just, too far he didn't he? But, you know, unless he's, like, literally spending the entire early game talking about, like, taking out all the women so there's no women jurors or whatever, it's like, how else would he be able to, like, truly avoid that being a factor in his jury chances?
What would you like to do? Well then, have a pleasant day.
Who's the best female player since BB Can 6? Yeah, it is. It's a rough stretch, isn't it?